NASA's spacecraft recently made contact with the Sun, which is a watershed moment for solar science in NASA. Welcome to our channel, Tech Region, and in this video, we'll see all you need to know about NASA's Parker Solar Probe. After entering the untested atmosphere known as the corona, just over 8 million miles from the star's center, NASA's Parker Solar Probe makes its first official contact with the Sun. It flew into the Sun's upper atmosphere, bringing with it sample particles and magnets. What exactly is the Parker Solar Probe? The only spacecraft launched by the American Space Shuttle NASA, the Parker Solar Probe was launched in August 2018 on a dangerous voyage to the Sun, the closest star to Earth. The average distance between the Earth and the Sun is close to 150 million kilometers. The average distance because the Earth's orbit around the Sun is an ellipse, not a complete circle, and our planet's oval path means that the actual distance from the star is not, and so forth. The Parker Probe must rely on Venus's gravitational force to reach the Sun, and it will complete 7 flybys in about 7 years to gradually bring its orbit around the Sun. The spacecraft is traveling at a blistering 690,000 kilometers per hour, and if it gets too close to the Sun, it may cause damage to the Sun. How did this happen? The Sun's upper atmosphere has a temperature of about 2 million degrees Fahrenheit. It appears to be nearly impossible to reach there, but NASA proved this wrong. According to NASA, despite the fact that it has been attempting to get closer to the Sun for more than 60 years, the need to send a spacecraft at more than 1 million temperatures, which is how the corona is known, has arisen. The Parker Probe employs a 4.5-inch compact carbon shield that ensures that even if the plane's front reaches a temperature of about 1,400 degrees Celsius as it approaches the Sun, the interior will remain almost the same as the room temperature. Did it actually make contact with the Sun's surface? According to NASA's Thomas Zurbuchen, the so-called touch of the Sun needs to be explained because the Sun is not as solid as the Earth. However, the reason why the space agency claims Parker's investigation is complete: Sun contact. This occurred in April of this year, but scientists can only confirm after reviewing the data that the sample particles are not part of the supersonic solar system, but are moving slowly. The moving solar system itself. To make things easier, despite the fact that it lacks a solid surface, the Sun has an invisible boundary where the Sun's elements stop sticking to the Sun and are instead free to separate from its source and escape outside something known. 3 years after launch, the investigation results flew in the Sun's upper atmosphere, or corona, to investigate its photosphere, or outer envelope. The Parker Probe reached a distance of 8 million miles, or 13 million kilometers, from the Sun's surface on April 28, as it pursued its 8th solar eclipse, and it finally entered the solar system for the first time. What information did it gather after it came into contact with the Sun? It's a truly amazing sight to see the Parker Solar Probe make contact with the Sun. Parker discovers new objects that some of the planets have long been obscure, including from the interior of the solar system, the flow of particles from the Sun that can affect Earth as it orbits near the Sun's surface. Parker discovered some magnetic structures in 2019. They were zigzag in shape. They are known as switchbacks and can be found in our solar system. Many of these are present near the Sun. The first episode, which cuts across the corona, and the promise of many more flies to come, will continue to provide information about events that cannot be read from afar. The plane is close to the Sun, and the Parker Solar Probe is now experiencing conditions in a space controlled by the Sun's magnetic field, the corona, that we have never experienced before, said Nurray Uefi, a Parker Project scientist at the Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Laboratory. How will the mission be beneficial? The solar matter that escapes from the Sun's surface and can cross the alphabet of Alphen is responsible for the Sun's magnetic field and is known as the solar wind, which travels at 1 million miles per hour and is part of the so-called a climate system that affects all the planets in our solar system as a planet. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. What do you think about NASA's achievement? Let us know in the comments. Like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you in the next video.